Hey everyone, I'm back to show you a different kind of ombre tonight. I'm trying to set the phone up for you. I'll send out some invites that pop up. Like I said, these are just random names that show up. So I'm gonna wait till I see everybody. Hey everyone, if you're here, drop a hello while I get you situated on the stand. Okay, we're going to do I'm waiting for everybody to show up, a black and yellow ombre tonight. I know some people asked about, there we go. So I'm going to take a couple of different, okay, I'm back. Sorry guys, my internet cut out and I don't know why, so I just took off my Wi-Fi. Hey Jesse, hey Angie, hey Marva. So we're going to do this cup tonight, okay? And I've told you guys, I know a lot of people get intimidated by doing the ombre this way. So I'm going to show you my way. Now yesterday, during that little bit of longer live I did, we did I showed you how to spray paint this handle cup, okay? And all I did, and I mean, it's not perfect spray paint. It doesn't have to be. If you mess up your spray paint, it's totally fine. Hey, Lori. Yeah, I'm glad you made it too. Hi, Elaine. I know yesterday I was live a little earlier and it was a lot louder. So tonight I went live my usual time because everybody's upstairs and it's a lot quieter. Hey, Catherine. So yesterday I showed you how we spray painted this, okay? If you spray paint an ombre and it's not perfect, it's okay. You're going to glitter this anyway. Unless your spray paint is going to be showing, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, okay? So we're going to do this one. And then I know a lot of people were asking me how to start a cup business. And if you guys were still interested in me talking about that, how I went about doing what I do, throw up hearts, likes, whatever, or say yes in the comments so I can see it, so I don't start talking about it. Nobody's really interested in that part of it just yet. I did get a lot of questions about that last night, so I figured I'd write some stuff down for you guys and let you know, okay? All right, now, okay, I'm seeing it. I know there's a delay between what I see and you see. So, all right, Kelsey. Yeah, so we can talk about that. That's fine with me. Okay, Becky, yes, I see it. All right. So when you first start, yes, that would be a big help to know. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys about that for a minute before we start the cup. To start your tumbler business, when you are first starting this out, don't go and spend a ton of money on supplies and glitters or anything like that. What you need to do at the very first moment is only just jump in and make your first cup, okay? Get your basic supplies, all right? Get you a turner. You can go to Amazon. The Spin It brand has a lot of mixed reviews. Some people do a lot of tweaking them to make them work better. Hey, everybody, okay? And the Spin It brand works for some and it doesn't work for others. And a lot of it is holding your cup and your cup will drop when you're not around, okay? So I bought this spinner right here, okay? I got this off of Amazon. It's not one of the super expensive ones. I just wanted something really basic. This turns both this way and that way. You can leave this on all night and it does not overheat, okay? It's called the Mileflow Cup Turner, and it's www.aboutcupturner.com. Okay, it's a real basic 1-cup turner. When you're just starting, don't jump in ahead of the game. Make your first cup right away, because a lot of the time I've talked to people, especially a lot lately, that start a cup business and you end up being allergic to the epoxy. It becomes you don't have time for it. This is a very time-consuming craft, okay? Yes, there's lots of shortcuts and everything, but when you want to do it right, especially as a business and you want to promote yourself, I really enjoy your videos. Oh, thanks, Miranda. You want to do it right the first time, and the best way to do it, jump in and make a cup first. First and foremost, just make your first cup. Don't go crazy with the design. Don't go crazy buying all these tons of different glitters and everything. Just get your basics, get your first one made, and build from there, okay? Because I don't want you dropping a ton of money on something that you could end up being allergic to the epoxy brands, and it's you're not going to have time, and you're going to get overwhelmed really, really fast, okay? And I don't want that to happen. So start your first cup, something basic. You can do a basic glitter cup, okay? Let me see if I have one. This one I have not sealed yet, so the glitter is still kind of all over the place, but I'll show you what I mean. Your basic glitter cup, okay? This is that vanishing pink glitter I showed you guys yesterday. All right, this shows white inside and this goes pink outside. All right, do a basic 1 glitter cup for your first cup. That's a really great starter cup, okay? All you do is cover it from one end to the other. Don't worry about doing the tape off rims, anything too complicated for your first cup. Just enjoy the process of getting to do your first one. All right, yeah, you're welcome, Regina. A great first cup, like I did yesterday, is the wood grain, okay? This is just a alcohol ink on a white spray paint base, all right? You don't have to go and buy the really expensive brands of cups either. Just get a cup at Michael's. They work fantastic. You can use the 20% off discount. Elaine, how long have you been doing it for? How long until you felt comfortable enough to start taking orders? I have been doing cups, what is this, May? For several months, since towards the beginning of the year, I started. But I've always been a natural crafter. I already had, my bonus was I had a business page previously set up from a couple years ago when I made custom wreaths, centerpieces for Christmas parties, things like that. So all I did when I picked up doing the cups was I tweaked my Facebook page a little bit, changed the name around and stuff like that. Have never done a wood grain, need to try. Yeah. Wood grain's real simple. If you go back to my previous tutorial from yesterday, I showed you how to do a wood grain. Okay. And that's a great beginner's cup too. And for my first cups, I made my first coffee cup. First of all, I just did the 1 cup. I got my glitters from Michael's. I got the epoxy at Michael's. I got the Amazing Clear Cast from Michael's. And I got the Recollections glitters from Michael's. Okay. I ordered my 2 decals for my coffee cup online. And I did it like that. 1 step at a time. I did not begin making my own decals as I do now. I did not go and drop a ton of money on glitter as I do now. I built it up, okay? And I built my products up. After I did my first glitter one, then I went ahead and I got micas. I buy my micas in a big box that I've showed you previously on Amazon. Okay, alcohol inks. I got the big bundle pack of Pinata alcohol ink from Michael's. And that was my first set of alcohol inks, okay? So the very first thing I did after I felt comfortable enough to get cups out there to advertise myself. Hey, Helen, missed the first 10 minutes, but I'm here. Hey, the best way to advertise yourself, make your first cups. You can make them as gifts for family, for friends. So what I did, which really benefited me, what is Micah's? I'll show you, Stacy. What really benefited me, what turner do you recommend? I recommend the same one I have for your first turner, okay? It looks just like this. After this live is over, I will drop a comment with this exact picture of where I got it on Amazon for you guys, okay? This is the exact one I have. It doesn't overheat. It spins both ways, and I can adjust how fast and how slow I want it to spin, okay? So it works really well. The very first time I made a cup, after I made my very first one, and I have my coffee cup somewhere. You've seen it in the other lives. can I ask where you got your glitter from? So in the beginning, when I first started, I got my glitters from Michael's. Okay, and they have really pretty glitter. I didn't go and drop a ton of money on the glitter right away. I used the ones from Michael's. They work great. They look pretty. And after a while, I kind of got overwhelmed with all the kinds of different glitter companies out there. So now I go to like Glitter Chimp or Grateful Glitters, Jackie Wood's business on here, the Sparkle Diva, and I recently discovered the Childs and Childs glitter, and Glitter Heart Company, My Glitter Addiction. All of them are really great companies. What about Walmart glitters? And yeah, Walmart glitters. You don't have to go buy the really expensive glitters to make your first cups, okay? Use what you can find in the store that doesn't cost a lot of money just to get yourself in the door. Does that make sense? Get yourself into the door of the cup making process and then jump further in as you go. We have Walmart and Hobby Lobby, and they are both always sold out. So Kelsey, then I would definitely, you try ordering from Walmart online, Hobby Lobby online. Amazon sells glitters. I have Prime, so that helps a lot. Yeah, I made cups as gifts, and now I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, it can get overwhelming really fast, so don't jump head first into this pond. Give yourself time, get your feet wet, get used to it, and then start advertising yourself. When I felt comfortable enough doing it, I made a cup for free with my hairdresser, okay? I asked her, I said, if I make you a cup for free and you love it, would you please advertise it for me in your shop? Set it on your counter, let your customers see it, the other ladies that work with you, and advertise for me, okay? Would you think you could have time to make a list, like everything you need to start your first tumbler? Yeah, I'll definitely make a list. So your basics are popsicle sticks. You need your stir sticks. I use popsicle sticks. I have not went and bought the silicone mixers or a metal stir stick. I just use a popsicle stick and I have no issues with it, okay? You're gonna need popsicle sticks. You're gonna need medicine cups, okay? I'll bring it out right here. The good thing is, the way I set my room up, I have everything right here. So you're going to need popsicle sticks. All right. I'll just grab a little bit of everything right here. Popsicle sticks to stir. Medicine cups to measure your your epoxy. You can get these just about anywhere. You can order them on Amazon, and with the little measuring parts on the side, okay? I get the bigger little snack cups from Walmart. I mean, see, I'm not going crazy with it. These are just those little bath cups from Walmart, okay? And then I measure my epoxy and I pour it into the snack cup and I stir. Oh, you're welcome, Latanya. I mean, that's why I do. So do it. I didn't even buy medicine cups when I first started. I used one of the medicine cups that came with my kids' little cold medicine. I took one of the extra cups I had from cold medicine and I used that to measure my epoxy. And then I just used a little plastic cup I already had. I've made 2 cups for my boss already and I bring my personal cup to work with me. Exactly, Regina. And that's the best way to advertise yourself. Now, like I said, are you able to reuse medicine cups? Yes, you can wash it out. I've washed it out and reused it if I didn't have more. So like I said, I made a cup for my hairdresser and I said, if you love it, please advertise for me. And that really worked in my favor because she loved it so much. I got an order of 7 cups from her right after I gave it to her. Okay. And I mean, that right there, that cup paid for itself. All right. And I asked her, she has taken it everywhere with her. I've gotten lots of calls and things from her previous customers who've seen it, who wanted to know where she got her cup. Okay. That works really great. My local neighborhood has a business page for all of the local people in the neighborhood to advertise on. I have done that. I regularly share my personal business page on my personal Facebook aside from that. And it's basically word of mouth is going to be your best friend. When you are out and about, when quarantine is over, carry your product with you, okay? Carry it around, carry your coffee cup, carry whatever you recently made. Have you a couple of your special styles with you as your personal cups and you take them out, okay? How do you price them? So, Joyce, what I learned when I started looking up how to price them. I did not charge a lot when I started, okay? Because they weren't things of perfect perfection, all right? I wanted to start getting myself out there and building a base. So what I did is I charged $1 an ounce per cup plus an extra 5. Okay, so a 20 ounce was 25, a 30 ounce was 35. Okay, I was getting, I still buy my cups from Michael's or Walmart, and they all work fantastic. You don't have to go and buy any special brand of cup to make one. Okay, these stainless steel double walls from Walmart and Michael's work fantastic. Do you have a logo you place? Yes, I do. I do have a logo. I just cut some out. Here they are. I cut some out yesterday. I'm also just starting off. I'm in the process of making 7 cups. Yeah, and that's going to be your best friend, is start giving cups out to family, to friends, things like that. But I only did my first one for free, and that gave me enough business to continue. Now, the further along you get, the more detailed your cups become, the more higher end product you're using, your epoxy, your glitters. Add that into your price and slowly start raising them. You know, people need to understand that this is not something that's done for free. The crafting world is very specific. A lot of people think, even though it's handmade, well, it shouldn't cost as much. You would be surprised how much we're dropping on our products, and you should be definitely repaid for that by your price. Okay, dirty pour tumblers, have you done those? I've not done a dirty pour yet. I plan on it, but none of my orders have given me a chance to make one of those. No, you weren't the guinea pig, Jesse. So was this. Oh, sorry, my husband texted me at the same time. I have noticed that Ozark is just as good as... Yes, Ozark, and I mean, that's the thing. My personal coffee cup, I used a cup from Michael's, and it worked wonderfully. I still use it. And they keep it hot, they keep it cold. Unless your customer wants a specific type of lid, then I go online if they want one of the twisting ones that lock, that close. Then I go ahead and I go, all right, I'll have to order that cup because that's a very specific type of lid you want. All right. And so, but when I started, I already had a business logo for my wreaths, but I changed it up and I just made this. I took a framing off Amazon on Google, not Amazon. I took a frame off of Google and I changed the font and I changed the name. Okay. Glitters and epoxy are not cheap. Do you have an order form? So April, I use PayPal for order forms. I create an invoice on the app and it keeps track of everything for me that way. How long have you been doing? I posted that when I got 200 members, I would give away a free cup. Yeah, Nikki, that's a great way to do too. Giveaways when you tell them, hey, like, share my page. If I reach this many people, then I'll do a giveaway. Those are all great. Yeah, thanks. My sister's on here, Jessica. She was the villain in the Golden Girl original cup order. But yeah, all of those are really great ideas. And like I said, give them to people who are really out there. You know, you can do one for your favorite realtor, your favorite hairdresser, nail salons, anywhere that your cup is going to be out in public and people can see it. I ended up with over 30 orders from that one cup. Yeah, you can. And I mean, the thing is, don't take too many orders that you can't handle at one time, okay? Give yourself, because you are going to become overwhelmed really, really fast and you'll get burnt out. So tell people, I have so many orders that I will take in this span of time. If that's okay with you, you're going to have to give me a longer amount of time to finish your cup because I have so many people. Did you drop for the Golden Girls? Joanne, I did drop it in the last live, the file I made. If nobody got it, I'll drop it in this one. Okay, I did put it on my phone. It takes a while to get it from my design space to my computer to my phone to post it, because for some reason when I was posting it directly from my computer, the file wasn't changing over for you guys to see it. So I had to do it a whole different way. Okay. But just start making your first cup. After you do that and it's something you really enjoy, get your cups out there. Okay. Get them out there, get them to people who have a bigger customer base that can see them and advertise for you, and that'll bring you in business. Word of mouth is your best friend in this, this type of thing. Okay, I'm not really dependent on the money I'm making. I basically, what I make, it goes right back into my business, and it's going to be like that for about the first year. I've talked to a lot of people who've been doing this for years, and you don't really see a sitting profit until you have a very good stockpile of your supplies, to where when you get an order, you don't need to go and get anything else. Would that save money? I checked, in ordering from Stainless Steel Depot is $6.66 per cup when you divide it. $6.75 with taxes. And yeah, and Stainless Steel Depot, a lot of people have been saying, guys, that they've upped their prices. And where do you get the turner? Vicky, I got the turner on Amazon. Plus, you have to tell your customers a cup takes time to... Exactly, Miranda. And I've noticed a lot of people, like I was telling you guys about a cup I recently had to strip, they're rushing the job. And they're telling people, some people are going, well, I can get it done in just a few days. Even with fast set epoxy, your epoxy needs to cure before you're giving it to your customer. Okay, people are, some crafters, sadly to say, are cutting too many corners, and it ends up just being a crap job. I'm sorry to say. Yes, I cut my finger till off the middle of those 30 cups, and I took an extra. Yeah, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. It's great getting, do you have a business page? Lorraine, I do. It's H&M Expressions, and I know some people on here already have my business page information. If any of you have the link, drop it for me. If not, I'll drop it after the live. And like I said, I'm always here, and the admins on this page are great. Bridget and LaDonna are awesome. If you guys have questions for anything, you can contact any of us, and we'll be happy to help you get started. How would you get your name out involving a craft fair? Is that a good idea or better for later? So for craft fairs, you got to think you have to build your inventory to sell cups at a craft fair. Now that's dropping a lot of money on cups and making different designs that we don't know are going to sell. I did craft fairs in the past with my Reese. I got lots of compliments, but a lot of the time the people that went did not want to pay what you were charging for your art. Okay, so that can be a really touch and go basis. Sometimes craft fairs can be amazing, and sometimes you end up losing money. Yes, it is there. God, thank you so much. How long would you say it takes to cure? I know different epoxies are at different times, but in general, personally for me, like this cup, okay, I had my customer message me today, and she knew I put the final layer on this, and she said, well, can I pick it up today? And I said, no, ma'am, this has to sit for 3 days before I finish it and wash it and prepare, clean the rim and get it all good to go. Okay. I tell my customers it's a 2-week minute. Yes, Regina, that always give yourself a good time span, especially if you're ordering. I've told my previous customers, if you're ordering a cup from me, please give me the amount of time it requires, that if I have to order anything and it's shipped to me, that with the way shipping is right now, that I have plenty of time to get your order done. And as soon as I get it, I start it, and I let my customers, I give them updates as I go so they can see the process of their cups. Okay. What is that turner called so I can let it go? Vicky, it is the Milefo turner, cup turner. I will drop the picture of it that I have from Amazon in the comments after the live. But it's from aboutcupturner.com. Okay. I'll drop my supply, my Turner brand, and epoxy. Like I've told you guys, I use Amazing Clear Cast. Now, your epoxy is going to be your biggest battle. Epoxies, everyone reacts to differently. Everybody has a favorite brand. Everybody has a brand they don't like. Some people, I've noticed a lot in this group where people are posting pictures of their allergic reactions. And that is why I say don't go buy a ton of stuff. Exactly, fabulous quality takes time. But don't go buy a ton of stuff for your cups, because you could end up having an allergic reaction to epoxy and realize you can't use it at all. And then you already dropped all that money on something that you don't know what to do with. So there is an alternative brand, okay, to epoxy, and it's called Crystalac. I don't use it, but I know of it. I know there is a group of people who use Crystalac because it's an epoxy alternative, okay? I have 3 of the same turners. They work great. Yeah, Regina, they do. They work amazing. They turn both ways, so you can use it however you want. You can speed it up, slow it down. You can leave it on all night. And they work fantastic. Now, like I said, with your cups, when you get the final set, okay, like this is finished. And this got the new chemical mixture from Amazing Clear Cast that I got off the direct website. And it works awesome, you guys. You really can tell the difference from the bottles you're buying at Michael's to buying the stuff directly from the site. It now has a blue tint that prevents all the yellowing that everybody was talking about. I personally haven't had any yellowing to any of the cups I've made, but now you know. Oh, thanks, Janelle. Yeah, that's the website. If you guys see cups that I have made that you want to learn how to do, I am happy to help you, okay? You message me, or if you're stuck on a problem and you don't know how to fix it, message me. I will help walk you through it, okay? You can even video chat me. If I am not busy, I will happily to answer it and show you guys. I know some people want to learn how they're all going out and buying the vinyl machines. I have a Silhouette Cameo 4. Some people don't know how to use it. I will work on making a video to show you guys how to use your vinyl cutting machine, your design space, and all of that. Okay? A lot of the tutorials rush through everything, and it's hard to absorb all of that. That might help. So it's 20% off coupon. Yeah, and right now, if you buy the Amazing Clearcast, the company itself has a discount code for amazing savings. Have you ever bought Amazing Clearcast on Amazon? No, Sarah, I haven't. I usually was picking it up from Michael's on curbside, or I just recently got the gallon jugs online. Okay? You see the blue tint? And this is A. You see the blue tint? This doesn't look like that from the bottles and the boxes. This is what they changed to prevent your yellowing when you're mixing your epoxy, guys. Kind of like with dyeing your hair. When you bleach it and it's purple, or you do a different color and the dye is a little blue, to prevent your hair from being different colors. Would you able to help me with the dirty pour issue sometime? Yeah, go ahead, Kayla. You can message me. And after the live, I'll go through and I answer my comments and I answer my messages that I got during my live. Okay, I absolutely, thank you. I mean, that's why I do these lives. I know they're kind of long, and I try to just be detailed for you guys. And I know they're late, but the great thing is this page saves them, so everybody can go and watch them the next day or whenever you have time. Okay, but yeah, basic parts of before you want to start a cup business is just make your first cup. Don't go crazy. Just make yourself your very first one and see how you like it. See how it works for you and your time schedule. Then get yourself out there, okay? Make them for the people you know who have big clientele that can get your name out there. Word of mouth is your best friend. I have the Cameo 3 and love it. Got a Cricut Joy from Mother's Day and hit it. Yeah, Christy, there is a big dividing line. It's like Apple and Android, Coke and Pepsi, Silhouette and Cricut. Everybody has a favorite. I just happen to get a Silhouette because that's how it worked for me. Which epoxy do you get that does not feel kind of tacky after it's done? I use Amazing Clearcast. I have never ever had an issue. I don't experience a smell. Now, I'm not saying that means you won't. I'm saying me. I don't experience a smell. I've had no allergic reactions to it. My son, who has chronic asthma, does not have any reactions to it. My big window over here when I work is wide open. I have a very well ventilated area I'm working in. Okay? You're welcome. Don't allow them to rush you. Art takes time. Yes, art takes time, guys. Art is from the heart and it doesn't come fast. take your time. I made an amazing cup and tried to epoxy it and ruin it. What epoxy did you use? Now, I know if your glitter isn't set right and you don't seal it, it smears all over the place. I have a Cameo 3 and absolutely love it. I bought a Cricut before I got my Cameo and returned it after 3 days. Silhouette all the way over here. Yeah, exactly. And like Monica said, epoxy should not feel tacky when it's cured. If it's still tacky, there's a couple of different reasons. If your area that your cup is drying in does not stay at a decent enough temperature, it's not going to dry right, okay? It has to be warm enough for the room in your room for your epoxy to dry. If it's still tacky, your mix may have been off, and epoxy is very picky. It can be off by just a tiny amount and it'll be sticky. Do you print off your water slides on your printer? I have a printer. It's an inkjet printer. It's an HP Photo Envy. I think my husband either got it on Amazon or Walmart. It wasn't super a crazy expensive printer. I use an inkjet for my water slides. I make my water slides on my Design Space. I print them out. I seal them 2 to 3 times with my clear spray and let that dry, and then I use them. Are you actually going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do the handle cup. I've got it right here. Yes, I've been wanting to do small things. Nothing like Cameo. They want to charge you for everything and won't let you use what you... Yeah, so, all right. Let's get to the cup itself. This is a handle cup. This was my first order for a handle cup. Okay, amazing from the company itself. It was an alcohol ink cup, no glitter. I don't know. I definitely, though, when the temperature is different or it's humid outside, I have a heater in my room. I have a space heater. So I'm going to take off my ring. And we're going to glitter this. Now, I did not have a yellow. I had a Cricut for years, but just purchased a Cameo for. Holly, I'll do a tutorial eventually on the Cameo when I get a chance. And I can show you how to use it. It does take a little bit of a learning curve, but it happens really quickly. Okay? So we're going to epoxy this. I do the epoxy method for all my glitter. I don't do Mod Podge. That's just how I do it. I've had a Cricut for years, but yeah. Okay? So we're going to get going on the handle cup. Now, you're going to do it the same way you do everything else. Okay? And I will show you. We're going to get our epoxy out. Yeah, Holly, no problem. I'll go ahead and do it that way. Can you use adhesive vinyl, the kind you normally use on pantry shelves, on tumblers? Nicole, I wouldn't see why not. I've seen people put yarn on them for crafters. So cups can be, if you can make it, there are people that have made clay molds and put them on cups. And they kind of stick out, but they're really neat looking. So you can really do whatever you want with it. All right. So we're going to mix our epoxy. And I heat my epoxy as I mix it, okay? And I'll show you how I do this. So you're going to get your medicine cup. And you're going to get the cup you're going to mix it in. If I can get it out of the bag. And like I said, I use amazing clear cast epoxy. But yeah, Nicole, I don't see why you couldn't use it. If it sticks to the cup and you can seal it and use it, that's fine. So we're going to do, like I said, I don't go crazy with measuring my epoxy because if I make any extra, I throw it in a mold. I have a tumbler that a friend made for me with a giant spider and clay. It sticks out, but it looks... Yeah, those are really cool, Alexandra. I really like those. That's definitely something different. So we're going to do... I have other... Well, I'm just going to do it like this. So we're going to mark the 7.5. I take a Sharpie and I make my line on my medicine cup. That helps me know where I'm measuring because sometimes you can't see the lines after. I want to know what kind of printable vinyl to use. I use that Royal Royal something. I'll drop a picture of it in the comments after the video. So I make a line on my medicine cup, all right? My line is at 7.5 mLs. You see that? That's how I keep track of how much epoxy I'm using. And we're going to pump it out. Remember, A for Amazing Clear Cast is your thick one. And with the pumps, you just push till you meet the line. Okay? And like I said, that one has a blue tint because it prevents the yellowing. See this? Right at that line. You're going to take your popsicle stick. And if there's any time you guys see posts about questions I have answered in my tutorials, just share it with the people that have just found our group and let them know about the admins and our videos. LaDonna, Bridget, we all have great videos on here to help everyone, and sometimes people just don't know about them because they just joined. Okay? So I'm going to scoop it out. And I get it all. You're just going to scoop it and put it into your bigger cup. I don't ever mix it into, so I'm going to take B. Yeah, I'll show you, Joanne, my printable vinyl, I promise. And I don't push super hard and super fast. And then I eyeball it, make sure it's even. I'm trying not to move much because I'm going to run over my dogs. They're right by my feet, as per usual. Okay. Now, as I mix my epoxy, I heat it. That's going to prevent you from getting so many bubbles when you stir. All right. When you mix your epoxy, you want to stir. You want to stir slowly. All right. That means less bubbles. If you stir like you're whipping cream, you're going to get a ton of micro bubbles. Slow stirly. Slow stirly. You know what I mean. My brain is just mixing everything up today. Okay. Funny, I'm mixing epoxy too. Yeah. So you got your epoxy in here, and you're just going to slowly stir it. Not super fast. My heat gun's over. Now, I heat my epoxy with my heat gun. There are people that buy bottle warmers and heat their epoxy with bottle warmers. Okay? Epoxy loves the heat. Warm it, warm it, warm it. It's going to make it work so much better for you. Okay? So we're just going to mix it. Did you use the same medicine cup for A and B? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't waste my medicine cups. I use the same one for A and B. That's why I mark it. And I scoop it all out with the popsicle. So now we're going to heat it. And I heat it with my heat gun for about 7 or 8 seconds. Sometimes 6. You don't want to melt the cup, but you want to heat the epoxy. The cup will melt before the epoxy burns. Don't put this real close. Epoxy burns and it stinks. Okay? So you're going to take it. You're going to let it get warm. On low. Don't put it on high. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And then you stir it. Get that heat mixed in there. Okay? I'm sorry if you hear my kids banging around upstairs. So we're just going to mix it in there. I have a hard time finding a mini heat gun. What brand? Where did you get? The one I have, I still have it in my husband's garage. I took it right out. He wasn't using it. He knows I have it. He don't care. He ain't using it. If he needs it, he can borrow it from me. But it is a Wagner heat gun. I think he got it at Lowe's or something like that. I know a lot of people use those mini heat guns too. That's fine. I just happen to use the one I found. I wasn't going to go buy one if I already had one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowe's has it. Amazon has some. Yeah, that's right. The only thing we can't find are masks. Now, like I said, I do recommend if you are sensitive, wear a mask when you're mixing epoxy. I sold my husband's gun too. Yeah. He just noticed it one day and I said, well, I need a heat gun. Should I spend the money and buy a heat gun or could I use yours? You know, what are they going to say? If they're not using it, who cares? I'm going to use yours, honey. Are you using it right now? No. Okay. So we're going to mix this and you're just going to keep heating it in between. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Couldn't find one at Lowe's. So if you have a Home Depot, try Home Depot. Walmart might sell them. I've never looked. I got a good one. Harbor Freight. Yep, that's another good store too. I tell my hubby, you don't use it. It's mine. Amen. He ain't using it. I said, what are you doing with it? Nothing. I use like his shop towels for his cars. Those blue ones, they work really well. You're going to need paper towels to wipe your hands too, guys. And since paper towels are hard to come by, I went and took his big box of shop towels. Those blue ones from AutoZone. And I hid them and I started using them. They work awesome because they're thicker than your normal paper towels. And you can wipe your hands and wipe up your epoxy. Okay? They work great. And if you can't find paper towels, because I know they're hard to come by right now, get an old dish rag and wipe up your stuff. Old washcloth, old dish rag, works just fine. I got mine at Walmart. Yeah, like I just didn't know. I didn't go looking around for a heat gun just for the fact I already had one. I'm wishy-washy about Harbor Freight because some things can be cheap. Yeah, some stores you're going to find better prices at than others. So this is just about mixed. And with that blue tint, it's not as clear as the old one, but you're going to have a lot less yellowing. Okay? And this new mixture of epoxy that Illuminate came out with is really awesome. I definitely suggest getting it straight from the company. I don't know if it looks like this in the boxes yet, if they're still getting rid of the old batch. But the new batch is pretty good. Okay? So this has been mixed a while. And I talk about paper towels and I didn't even go grab any. I forgot. Let me go grab one just a second. Okay, so I got a paper towel so I can wipe my hands, need be. And I wipe my popsicle stick. Save your materials, clean your cups, clean your popsicle sticks off. They can be reused, okay? Especially because how much are the gallons? I think they were 80, but I used that amazing savings discount. So they were like 70 something. And then I bought the pumps. So it might have been cheaper and I didn't notice because I had the pumps added to it. All right. You're also going to need stuff to catch your material, guys. This is my, well, no. Let's use this one. You need your bottom trays to catch your glitters and to catch your epoxy. I have different ones. I use one to catch epoxy. And I have another to catch glitter that has paper in it. Okay? So you just put it right under that. You see? I'm trying to make sure you guys can see. Not bad. I really like it. There was 3 levels and I got them. So yeah, just like this. For my yellows, I have 3 different yellows. Okay? So I'm going to mix, when I go to glitter them, a little bit of all 3. I'm going to make my own yellow mix. And see how I like it. Because I couldn't find anyone that spoke to me the way I wanted it to. I got a box of from Hobby Lobby, part A and part B. I use FX and they're $49 for a half gallon. Yeah, FX is really great too. KS Resin is really great. I plan on getting one eventually. I just haven't. Okay. So now we're going to do the epoxy method on this cup. Inside of this is a foam football. And I'm sorry if it's loud. Okay, make sure your cup is level. If your cup's not level, your epoxy is going to drip from one end to the other. Okay? Blue tinted A. It was a smaller one in the box. Yeah. So always make sure your cup's level because that's how your stuff is going to flow. If your cup is even tilted just a little bit, you're going to end up with a bubble butt or you're going to end up with it flowing over the rim of your cup. Okay? So we're going to get this going. All right. Okay. Make sure your cup is clean. This has been spray painted yellow, and this has been spray painted black because it's going to be a yellow and black cup. Is that an aluminum pan? Yeah, I use the little baking pans from the dollar store. I use the lid and I use the pan. So the lid I use to catch epoxy. The metal pan I use to catch my glitter. Okay? And you can find them at the dollar store. You don't have to get anything special. Okay. So we're going to put our epoxy on this. And you're going to smooth it around. You want a thin layer. You don't want a thick layer. Okay? You don't want it to soak in all of your glitter. You want it to catch it, but you don't want it to soak it up and then it looks flat. Okay? And I'm just bringing this around to cover as much area as I can before I add more. Okay? And then you go up and down. You smear it around and you go up and down. Okay? And you're going to go underneath the rim too. Okay? So right now I'm getting the base of the cup first. How can I prevent my epoxy from showing the lines when you let this, okay, so if you do the epoxy method, you're going to apply it. All right? And then you're going to let this even out and spin for a couple minutes before you apply your glitter. All right. Has anyone used the cup inserts that I believe are made on there? Yeah, those honeycomb ones. I just haven't bought one yet. So then you're going to epoxy your handle. Okay. Just the same way you epoxy your cup. And this is only making noise because I'm sitting here pressing on it while I'm doing this. Okay. Epoxy your handle. Not a lot, just a little enough to coat it. And then when you have extra, wipe it off your finger, put it back into your container. And don't forget your bottom. Just like that. Okay, don't forget your bottom. Always epoxy the bottom. Now this bottom was plastic. This is one of those RTIC cups because this is the only one I found with a handle on it. And I just spray painted over it. I still have some of the amazing cure cast left over from Michael's before I purchased it just from the dealer to get the new formula that has the blue added to it. Is there a way to add a little bit? I'll have to read the rest of that. I can't click see more right now. I do it right after I get the epoxy on. Thanks. Yeah. Let your cup spin to even out the epoxy that you just added. Let it spin for a few minutes and the lines will go away. Okay. You can heat it up and let it evenly coat your cup before you do anything to it. All right. Don't make it super thick. Always wipe off your finger back into your cup. You're just needing this to catch the glitter. You don't need a ton of it. Okay? How much epoxy do you use that you don't need a mask? Like I said before, I don't use a mask because I don't have any allergic reactions to this. It does not bother me. I don't smell anything. And the window next to me that you can't see is wide open. So everything vents out. The honeycomb foam. Yeah, I've heard that honeycomb foam is pretty amazing. I just haven't ordered any yet. My footballs and everything have worked just fine for me. So, all right. Now it's got the epoxy on there. And all my extra epoxies in here. Whatever I don't use will go into a mold for keychains, which are great little bonus gifts for your customers. And it helps you not waste your epoxy. We spend so much money on our supplies. Don't waste it. If you have extra epoxy, buy you a couple of molds and mix some glitter into it and throw it in a mold, okay? You can make a magnet, you can make keychains. There's so many molds out there, bracelets, earrings, all kinds of stuff, okay? So I'm going to let this spin a little bit, and then I'm going to heat it to get rid of lines. Okay? Not super close. And I'm going to let the epoxy move. And then I'm going to change out my tray for my glitter, okay? Just let it heat up. All right, you're going to let that spin for a couple minutes. All right, I'm going to change out my epoxy drip to... Oh, well, I'm going to have to use my other one. That one's too tall. So, since I didn't drop any epoxy in here, yeah, I did. I'm going to take the paper I have in this. And put it in here. Just like that. Okay? I would look them up at that. Again, I thought it worked great. Oh my, I will be getting with you tomorrow. I got the football stuck in my mason jar. Oh boy, Tina, I can imagine. Yeah, you're going to have to pry that sucker out. Okay, so we're going to let this spin. And let that epoxy even out real nice. And then while this spins, I'm going to move it to the side just a second. And we're going to mix our glitter. Okay, I'm going to mix my yellows to get a different effect of yellow. Okay, now we're all going to make our own little batch of yellow glitter. All right, so I'm going to take a little of this one. This one is Ride the Bus from Glitter Chimp. I got one of those pencil packs, and I have yet to make one because I'm busy. So this one is that. We're going to add a little bit of this. It's a pretty yellow. All I'm doing is mixing a little bit of the yellows I have. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's like cooking. You use a little bit of everything you got. And you never know what you're going to end up liking. So a little bit of this one. And this one is Yellow from Glitter Chimp. Like I said, I just happened to buy a bunch of glitters when they restock. It's nothing particular. I still own glitters from tons of different companies too. This one is Sunshine from Glitter Chimp. So it's this one, a little of this one, and a little of this one. Okay? And we're going to mix them together. Now, I'll probably need more of this, so I'm going to add a little more to mix this, because that's a lot of yellow I'm going to need. And this you guys can do whenever you get a custom order and you may not have exactly what you're looking for. Use some of the supplies you already have and use it to your advantage. Okay? How do you think they come up with all these new glitter colors anyway? They mix a little of this and a little of that. Ooh, that's super pretty. I'll show you guys just a second. You say okay and I'll write a lot. Sorry, I just had to say it. I say dang on the... Yeah, I don't realize it. I'm trying not to curse. Honestly, it's just because I'm trying not to cuss. Kristen, it's really just because I'm trying not to cuss. It's how I hold my tongue. I used to do it a lot when I taught art. Okay. So that's got a pretty good mix to it. It almost makes me feel like it's Big Bird. We're going to call it Big Bird. Can you see that? And it's a little of all three yellows. I'll work on trying not to say it as much, but I make no promises. It's as long as I'm not saying a bunch of bad words. Okay. So we're going to take this Remember, this is what we're going to use for the yellow, and then this is what I'm using for the black. This is Deep Space Chunky. So, we're going to take our yellow that we mixed, and we're going to start from, we're going to go half, we're going to split this into thirds. We're going to go halfway to the yellow and then to the black, and then we'll work on the middle, ombreing that. So where I live, you cannot find Tim Holtz ink. I cuss. It's okay. It's part chunky and part smooth. Yes, because Ride the Bus is a fine glitter, and then this is a mix of fine and chunky, and then this is straight chunky. So it's a mix of everything. If you can't find Tim Holtz ink, I got those individual bottles I use for the wood grain from Radioactive Glitter. Okay? So, we're going to start with the yellow. And we're catching it with our paper, so we waste not, want not. Can you see that? And I use a yellow spray paint base just so I use less glitter. And you just drop it inside as it comes around. And this is chunky, so I'm going to be patting it down. You're doing great. I hate doing lives. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mostly do this because a lot of people have a lot of questions and it can be kind of confusing. So I try to make sure I'm answering as much as I can. So I'm going to stop right about here and make this my line. And then I'm going to glitter the handle. And as this comes down, I'm going to drop it on the inside. Okay? Just like this. Can y'all see that? Can't see the top of your cup. What spray paint do I use? I use the yellow my husband got. I think at Lowe's. I'll grab it. It's Rust-Oleum. After watching you today, I made a Yeti wood grain cup for my husband and he loved it. Thank you for showing me. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Yeah, I don't mind helping at all, you guys. So since it's a chunky mix, I'm going to pat all my glitter down. Okay. And like I said, this was a little bit of a mixture of all of the ones I already had. I appreciate you doing my maneuver. You're welcome, guys. I aim to be helpful. Okay. So we're going to grab the yellow glitter that's sitting on our paper, and we're going to save it because we're going to need it. And we're going to put it back into our cup. Yeah, it is very pretty. It did come out nice. Even though it's a mix of like 3 different cups. Wait till the handle goes back around. Okay, so we're going to do black. Now, like I said, this black is Deep Space Chunky from Glitter Chip. I'll sweep later. All right. Glitter's all over my house anyway. So we're going to take the black. And we're going to do the same right here. And this black does not go matte under epoxy. Okay? I know a lot of people have had troubles with their blacks. where they put some on and it went like tar underneath. This is not going to do that. Can y'all see that? Hey, Angela. I need to oil that. I'll get some oil in a minute. So we're going to go right to where the black came up. Okay, do y'all see that? How I did it in thirds? What is the name of that one, please? It is Deep Space Chunky. Just a second. Okay, the shrug with the little sweep later. Yeah, I'll sweep later. I may or may not. My dogs may be a little glittery because they're by my feet. So I'm going to bring my black right up to the handle. Okay, so I'm going to be really careful dropping this. Gonna come right up to my ombre line. Okay, y'all see that? And I just let my cup do the turning and I hold my glitter. All right. Got that little spot right there. There we go. Yeah, I love this black. I love, 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 love it. There's also a really great black from where was it? Grateful Glitters. Starry Night is really pretty. And you just pat it down. And I've got some black on that handle that I'm just going to wipe off. And you pat your black. Okay? Then you're going to take your black. And don't forget the bottom. I'll do the bottom in a minute. Alright, did our black. Now let's do the rest of our yellow. And we're going to bring it back in. And don't worry about the line where it breaks. I'll show you. Y'all see that? Is that a customer's cup? Yeah, it was not an order I thought of. She wanted yellow and black. Okay. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the middle. So we're going to take a little of both. It's supposed to be for a promoted army girl here in town. So we're going to take a cup and mix a little of my shaker. Hold on, let me grab it. A lot of people have asked what you do with these. I'm going to show you. The lines will blend in together. So we're going to take a little yellow. Okay, and a little black inside of this. We're going to mix it together. Put the lid on it. I'm going to tap it over your middle. And this will get a second glitter layer. I'm going to have to oil that. I know you probably can't see it on the video, but this is getting little yellow specks mixed right over the black line. Your ombres always depend on your second layer. Where I got this shaker on Amazon. It's like a tea strainer. Okay, so we're going to go back, open it up, and now I'm going to add a little more yellow and a little more black. More black than I did yellow last time. Okay. But yeah, after this is done with the first layer, it'll come back and get a second layer. And then I will bring one color more into the other. And what I do is after it dries, I rub it a little bit and I make them mix with my finger. And I'm just patting them down. Okay? So you will see it when I get the second layer on it. The ombres look better. But that's just the first. First layer always looks wonky. I used to feel that way all the time. Until I started doing the shaker. And then when I went back and did the second layer, it looked better. Okay? So I will post, I'm going to let this spin for a little bit and not be tacky. Then I will go over it and do the second layer. And I'll post the second layer. When I do the second layer, I stop between these two colors. And I'll bring my lines into each other with that shaker. You add a little bit of each color inside of it. You stir it together and you shake it over the middle. And so your colors will mix evenly into each side, corresponding side. Okay? And I've got another ombre of all fines. Ombres are harder with your chunkies. But I have an ombre coming up of all fines for the pink and purple that I did. And that one comes out really well. It's a lot easier to see with the fine, how you mesh one color into another. Okay? So I will finish this, and I will post a picture when it's done. I think I answered all the questions. It looks like a hot mess right now, but ombres usually do on the first layer. You don't want that line. You want it to blend from one into the other. Okay? So I hope I answered some questions. I know this was kind of long, but I did touch base on a lot of the questions I've gotten from others. And is there any other questions? I might go live when I do the second layer, or I'll videotape it and post the video for you guys in the group. And then you'll see what I mean when you blend one line into the other. You can, chunkies, it's a little more tricky, but you can definitely do it. Okay? So, thank you again for everything. Have a great night. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to pop off. I'm going to finish. It's getting late. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. I always post updates of cups we start in the group and let you know what they look like and what I did to them. So, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm going to work on that in a little bit longer and seal some of my other cups. So everybody have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, my page is H&M Expressions. You have any questions, you can message me on my personal page on here or on my business page. Either way works for me, okay? So thanks for joining me, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.